My warm greetings to you, dear friends. Today I start recording my first audiobook. Earlier, I have already published 3 books in electronic versions. That was 2 books in Russian and 1 in English languages. Now it's time for a new format. Audiobooks are becoming more and more popular. They are very convenient in our everyday, eventful life. We are constantly busy, and there is not always time to sit down and watch videos of your favorite bloggers. But you can always listen to something interesting. For example, you are preparing food for yourself or for your loved ones. And at the same time, you can listen to an audiobook of your interests. This is interesting, and it is a huge time savings. Before I start recording, let me introduce myself. On December 31st, 2020, I will turn my 65. For the last 21 years, I have been living in Canada, first in Montreal and then in Edmonton. And before, my family and I lived in the capital of Russia, Moscow. For more than 7 years, I have been eating plant foods. I have gone through almost all the stages of a vegetarian diet: ovo-vegetarian, lacto-vegetarian, vegan, raw vegan food, vegan again, and for over 2.5 years, I have been raw vegan again. Plant-based food cleanses our organs, lymphatic and circulatory system, rejuvenates our entire body. But what is the most amazing thing? It's our consciousness becomes clearer. Our emotions become more harmonious and balanced. The current episode of my raw vegan diet began in April 2018. And in July 2018, I started my video blog on YouTube for Russian-speaking viewers. And it's already 180 videos what I published. I have almost 100,000 of subscribers. But I live in Canada, and every day I speak 3 different languages: English, French, and Russian. And I really wanted to share my knowledge with English-speaking people. Maybe later I will do the same for French-speaking people. Why not? I lived in Montreal. This is the biggest city in Quebec province of Canada, and it's French-speaking province. Although my English is quite functional, I still have an accent that kept me from opening my video blog in English. Today, this shortcoming does not scare me anymore. The main thing is that I have something to say to people. And this comes from the depths of my heart and my soul. The format of this book is very simple and easy to understand. This is a set of short stories of my life, and its name is My Stories. I will share with you my thoughts on very different topics about improving diet and health, about how I managed to lose my 30 extra pounds of weight, about changes in relationships with people, in emotions, and about very diversified, interesting topics. Today, you will hear my first story, which calls It's Time for Gray Hair. So, let's begin. I recently decided not to dye my hair anymore. There were several reasons for this. Firstly, I don't want to pour liters of chemical paint on my scalp. When I thought about how this paint affects my head, how it gets into my brain, I was horrified. Not surprisingly, that Alzheimer's not only thrives in old age, but the disease is getting younger every year. Secondly, I always did not like the fact that after 1 or maximum 2 weeks after dyeing, unpainted hair roots appeared. It looked untidy and unpleasant for me. The decision to become a gray-haired woman is not easy. It takes courage. This requires self-confidence. When I made the decision to grow gray hair, I did not know then that I was not alone. It was not until some time later I became interested in how other women relate to gray hair. Imagine my pleasant surprise when I discovered that gray hair is becoming a trend, fashion. Women in different countries at the same time come to the conclusion that gray hair is beautiful, feminine, natural. I no longer have doubts about the correctness of my choice. Now I only care about strengthening the roots of my hair, using natural products to increase the volume of my hair, to give it shine and silkiness. Deciding to grow gray hair is an act for courageous, self-confident women. As I said in my introduction, I am almost 65. Over the years, my femininity only intensifies. This is because I am becoming wiser. Wisdom feeds femininity. For young girls, this sounds paradoxical. It will seem to them that a woman of my age can no longer experience sexual attraction, cannot flirt with men, cannot even think about a new relationship with a man. My lovely young girls, it is not. With age, when a smart woman becomes also a wise woman, which is not necessarily the case with all women, it is very sexy. A wise woman is easily self-confident. A wise woman knows what a man needs. And if a young girl thinks that a man can only be lured by a bed, believe me, that bed can be very different. A young, hormone-filled male body needs a leggy, full-breasted blonde. This satisfies his ego, convinces him of his own masculine wealth. But with age, this is not enough for a wise man. It's not enough just to have an orgasm. For him, the preamble to sex, intrigue, becomes more important. And only a wise and experienced woman can give him this. It's no wonder that young guys are drawn to older women. With them, they find a preamble and meaningfulness, and intrigue and pleasure. A wise woman does not need to cut her face, reshape her lips, her body in order to become more attractive to men. A wise woman can afford to be ugly, but at the same time become unusually desirable for her man. To be ugly, and here I a little bit exaggerate, as you understand. So, to be ugly does not mean to be unkempt. There may be facial features and figures that don't fit into modern beauty standards, but at the same time, a woman may have some special charm in the way she speaks, turns her head, smiles, and even how she smells. Dear women, lovely girls, I turn to you with a request and a wish. Please, be yourself. Stay natural, sweet, and feminine. Don't take on the role of a man. Don't try to become an iron lady. For this, God created a man. We must become for them both a sister and a mother, and a passionate lover. Only a complete idiot, unworthy of true female love and devotion, will leave such a woman. These are the thoughts of today that came to my mind about the transition to gray hair. Thank you, my dear listeners. I thank you for your time. Stay in a beauty, in health, in positive emotions, in the best of relationships with your loved ones and with people around you. I send you from the bottom of my heart my light and my love.